Welcome parents of seniors in the class of 2024. This presentation is tailored to you, focused on what you can expect your students will experience in their senior year here at Moundsview High School, and some important information about career and college readiness. In addition to talking about post-secondary readiness and steps you would take as parents to support your senior applying for college, we'll also reintroduce you to our administration and student services support, career, and college staff. I'll also share briefly our vision for your students' experience in their senior year and share the results from our 2023 parent survey. First, I really want to invite you to reach out to me or anyone on my administrative team. My name is Robert Eats. I'm principal here at Moundsview High School, and I'm joined on my administrative team by Gretchen Zahn, Ben Sheary, Activities Director, Jim Galvin, and our administrative intern, Matt Scardigli. We're all available and wanting to help you with any questions you might have about your student's senior year or their post-secondary readiness and needs. The people with whom you're most likely to already have been in contact with about post-secondary readiness are our team of deans listed here by alphabet, or Michael Werner and Madison Hendrickson, who are our career and college support specialists. Madison's contact information can be found here, as can Michael Werner's. They are both going to be critical components to any questions you might have in planning or helping your student plan for what is next. In a minute, I'm going to share the results from a spring parent survey, but I thought before I share those results, I'd talk a little bit about our vision for the student experience here for all students in grades 9 through 12, but certainly for your seniors as well. First, we have 3 questions to which we want every student to answer yes. For seniors, is this meaningful is probably the most important. Whatever is next for them, we want them to experience something in their senior year that's relevant to what they're going to do after high school. We also want students to see themselves in what they're learning. We think that is one of the best ways we can make things meaningful and relevant to students. We also want students to build efficacy. By that I mean to build belief in their ability to achieve whatever it is that they would aspire to next. We don't think kids can do that if they don't first answer yes to do I belong here. Why is that important? Because belongingness comes before achievement. One of the ways that plays out in our school is through our 4 values. We very much care for and make decisions around students and their health and well-being. We also care a whole lot about the degree to which they're engaged in class with our content, but also with each other. Relationships to us are critical. Relationships with staff, but also relationships between students. Lastly, we get at belongingness and we get at meaningful learning when we ensure students feel seen, heard, and valued. This is about dignity, and it's about making sure each and every student experiences a school to which they belong unconditionally. That is our definition of inclusion. Lastly, our vision for student learning is comprised of 5 dimensions of teaching and learning. They are purpose. We really want to provide a meaningful experience to which kids really understand the purpose for the day's learning. We also want them engaged. That's the 2nd dimension. The 3rd is curriculum and pedagogy. These are the decisions we make in planning and preparation to ensure kids have a positive learning experience. The 4th dimension is assessment. We work really hard to make sure our assessments are reflective of what students know or can do. And lastly, the 5th dimension is classroom environment and culture. This is our approach to ensuring students see themselves in their learning and they show up every day as their authentic selves and are valued for it. I share our vision for student learning at Moundsview High School in part because we sent a survey last year that indicated 72% of parents are satisfied or very satisfied with the experience their students have here at Moundsview High School. To me, that is not high enough. That's a grade of C. I want to increase the degree to which students and parents feel this school is relevant and meaningful and provides an extraordinary experience for our students. We also asked parents the degree to which they felt Moundsview provides a safe environment. Again, 72% agreed or strongly agreed that Moundsview provides a safe environment. Is that high enough? To me, I think we set a much higher bar for students' safety. Certainly one of the reasons 28% of our parent respondents to our survey felt like Moundsview High School isn't providing a safe enough environment is because of the fights that we had here last year and the year prior. I do want to create some clarity around the fights that we had here last year. First, less than 2% of our students got in a physical fight. Any notion that there's a knockdown fight here every day is inaccurate. Did we have a lot of physical fights last year? We did. To start the year, we had 22 fights in the first 84 days of school. That is way too high. It's alarmingly high. We had to work very hard to figure out what was behind these fights and to ensure we provided a safer, calmer environment. We did that through relationships and through consequences. And in the last 81 days of school, we only had 4 fights. So far this year, we've not had any physical fights. We have moved on as a student culture. Might we still have some physical altercations this year? Sure. But we have people in place and relationships with students that allow for us to intervene early and ensure that students and their conflicts don't become physical. We are working very hard to ensure that this is a safe and calm place for students to learn. So how else did parents respond to our survey? Mounds View offers a welcoming environment. 84% of parents agreed or strongly agreed. My student has positive connections to one or more adults in school. 86% of parents agreed or strongly agreed. Interestingly enough, over 95% of students agreed or strongly agreed to feeling as though they have one or more adults in the building to which they feel connected. I also sent out a parent survey this fall around student use of cell phones in our classrooms. 85.7% of parents supported or strongly supported a no use of cell phones in classrooms. And so this year, we adopted a new practice in which teachers are reminding students, if they see their phone, to place it in a phone caddy. And we have had a very positive start to our school year, including students reflecting with teachers saying they're happy that we did this. Are all students happy? Certainly not. But we did need to ensure that our values live out. If we value engagement and we value relationships, this was a necessary change for us, and I'm very pleased with how our students and our teachers have handled it. Okay, so now I want to transition into the post-secondary readiness and the question of what's next. First, if your student does not know what is next, that is okay. What I would encourage you to do is have them sit down with Madison Hendrickson or Michael Werner or even their dean to talk about what their interests are, what they might want to explore prior to the end of their senior year, and what some options to them might be for next year. We definitely want to help them begin to have a conversation and begin to think about and explore what their opportunities are after high school. For students that view a college campus as in their future, whether that's 2 or 4 years, we do want to encourage you as families to visit as many campuses as you can. Then narrow down a list of potential colleges or universities that your student might consider attending. Identify what are the required application materials at those institutions. That might be an ACT score, it might be essays, letters of recommendations. It certainly might include a list of activities that the student has been involved in and other things they do away from school, like work or other hobbies that are not school related. Once you have identified the schools to which a student might want to apply, enter those schools and requests in Naviance. We will meet with students and they will have access to either their dean or through Madison and the CCC, that's the Career and College Center, to Naviance and training on how to use it. Eventually, they will need to add a transcript and a request for letters of recommendation, which the school will help add for them. And then parents, you will need to complete a FAFSA. The FAFSA application launches in December. To receive federal student aid, families must complete the FAFSA. The 24-25 FAFSA again launches in December. It can be accessed at fafsa.ed.gov. And it's also available at studentaid.gov. In addition to filling out the FAFSA, another important component of the application process is eligibility for the Equity Promise Scholarship. All seniors are eligible. The Equity Promise Scholarship recognizes a broad range of students who have demonstrated success in high school. The application makes seniors eligible for all local scholarship. Application is available to all seniors in November. They're due shortly after winter break. We will provide more communication. Scholarships for the Equity Promise Scholarship are announced at our awards ceremony in late May. All right, here are some important dates for you, primarily for this spring. On April 16th, seniors do not have school because we are ACT testing our 11th graders and MCA testing our 10th graders. There is no school for 9th or 12th. On May 6th, our AP exams begin. On May 18th, we have Grand March and Prom. Prom is at the Minneapolis Events Center this year. On May 30th, we have that Seniors Award Night I mentioned earlier. And then on May 31st, we're going to have a significant day. We have our cap and gown distribution for students. We have seniors' last day and graduation rehearsal. We're going to do a pep fest this year. And then we'll have senior sunset that evening on the 31st. And then on Monday, June 3rd, your senior is going to graduate high school. We will have a senior breakfast. The location is yet to be determined. There also is likely to be a senior party. More information on that will come via our daily news. You made it. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you have any questions about what is next for your student or in need of any support, please don't hesitate to contact your dean, Michael Werner, Madison Hendrickson, myself, or my administrative team. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.